Well, Victoria's war on gas continues, with households and businesses facing hefty gas connection fees as the state marches relentlessly towards net zero. In 2025, gas connection fees will need to be paid upfront in Victoria. Now, for homes, that will cost up to $2,500, and businesses could be hit with payments of up to $31,000. Let's bring in the Australian's environment editor, Lloyd. This ridiculous push to renewables is only imposing greater costs on households and businesses when they can least afford it, Graham.
Yeah, it's good evening, James. Well, there's a common theme here, isn't there, that to maintain this view that renewables are the cheapest form of energy around, you have to make everything else more expensive to justify the claim. We're seeing it in electric vehicles. We saw it in the CSIRO report into the cost of nuclear. And certainly with gas, the game is to increase the costs so that it's no longer a valid consideration. The irony, of course, is that exploring for more gas is probably what is needed to facilitate the renewable sort of takeover of the energy system. But the ideology has got in the way, and I think there are green groups that would love to go around and rip up all the gas pipes tomorrow if they could get away with it.
Well, this is the great irony, isn't it? I mean, we keep hearing about cost of living and the government's doing everything they can to address cost of living. It's the number one priority, and yet they keep instituting policies that put costs up.
Yeah, that's certainly what's happening.
Well, let's go to Tasmania, because Tasmania's got problems when it comes to renewables as well. I mean, they pride themselves on being self-sufficient, boasting 100% renewable energy. But there was an article in The Australian today saying that in Tasmania, they don't have enough energy generation to expand industry. They don't have enough power for transition from gas, or even to charge all the electric vehicles we're supposed to be driving in the future. What on earth is going on in Tasmania?
Well, James, there's a lot going on here. And if you look back in recent times, Tasmania has a proud history of a very low emissions electricity system based on its hydroelectricity. Now, increasingly, the mainland has been calling on that hydro to back up the national market, and that's leaving Tasmania short. So Tasmanian politicians are saying, look, we do not have the spare capacity now to grow our industry and do the things we would like to do. And part of that consideration is this big push to make Tasmania the battery of the nation. And that involves building lots and lots of wind farms across the northern coast of Tasmania to export that back to the mainland. And Tasmanians are being told, well, we need that power too. And it's possible to see it as part of the softening up process to try and get those big projects through.
So I've got to admit, I smirked when you said, they're going to make Tasmania the battery of the nation. It reminds me of, we're continually told Australia's going to be a renewable energy superpower. These terms that get thrown around by politicians, battery of the nation, renewable energy superpower. I mean, they're all completely meaningless, aren't they? It's wishful thinking.
Well, they're all really marketing slogans that get people's attention. But as you rightly point out, no one ever puts any flesh on the bones of what they actually mean. It's very difficult to see why being this renewable energy superpower is more feasible than being the actual energy superpower that we are today.
Especially, back to Victoria, when you consider they're sitting on amazing gas deposits, and yet they're pricing it out of the market. Just incredible. Lloyd, thank you so much for your time.